Namaste, namaste, and welcome to this Monday midday chair yoga. Today is week 6, I think, of our practice this term. And today we're going to focus a little bit on regulation of our nervous system, but also we're going to focus on a little bit to do with hips and shoulder girdles, pelvic girdles, shoulder girdles, rotation. So, but with that in mind, let us begin our practice with simply sitting towards the front of the seat. So we're not leaning back into our chairs, but sitting nice and upright, gathering ourselves into this nice lifted position, creating as much space as we can around our torsos for breath. Closing the eyes or gazing gently downward, and just take a moment to step away from everything that's going on around you in your life. Stepping into this time and space for yoga. Notice how your body feels in this moment. Notice any areas that have aches and pains or stiffness or tension. And remember to work compassionately with those areas of the body throughout our practice. Notice at least one part of the body that feels spacious, peaceful, and at ease. Allow that sense of ease to ripple out from wherever it's centered. Allow that sense of ease to move into those areas of tension. See if you can soften just with your awareness. Feel any tension easing from the forehead and the jaw and the shoulders. And then turn your awareness to your breath. Simply observing your natural, spontaneous breath. Whenever you feel ready, taking some longer, deeper breaths, if that feels natural to do. As you breathe in, feel the breath lift the body tall, expanding into the back and the sides and the chest. As you breathe out, feel the shoulders soften and gently engage the belly muscles to exhale fully. Soft in the belly to breathe gently into the sides, the back, the chest. Long, deep breaths out, engaging the belly muscles to exhale completely. Soft in the belly to breathe into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Long, slow breath out, engaging the belly muscles to exhale fully. Keep breathing in this way. Find your own rhythm. At the end of your next exhalation, allowing your breath to find its natural rhythm again, and then drawing your chin towards your chest just gently. Find wherever the head naturally goes, and then rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, and chin to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. Feel that you can move as the body is at ease, and then perhaps that starts small. And with time and repetition, slow rhythmic movements we're able to move a little bit more swiftly. Oh, sorry, a little bit more fully, not swiftly. Expanding that range of movement. If you wish to, as your right ear comes towards your right shoulder, you can pause and perhaps lengthen the left fingertips down towards the floor, just allowing the left shoulder to drop slightly, and maybe nodding the chin, very small movements, very, very steady and calm, before allowing your left hand to rest again, chin come towards the chest, and roll the left ear towards the left shoulder, perhaps reaching the right fingertips down towards the floor, softening the right shoulder, maybe nodding your chin, nodding your head. Just slow, small, steady movements before resting the right hand again and drawing the chin back towards the chest. From here, we're going to come all the way to an upright position. Take the bottom teeth over the top teeth and lift the chin forwards and up. Hold this as you breathe. And then softening the jaw, rolling your chin back to center, rolling all the way down. Notice if it feels more comfortable to hold the chin towards the chest. Give yourself a gentle smile and return to an upright position. If your eyes have been closed, opening your eyes. Lovely job. So we're going to do a little nervous system regulation, because oftentimes we're taken away from our balance by things going on around us, or perhaps the things we read about in the news, or the interactions that we have with people. Who knows? But we can, so often it's our own thoughts running away. But we can use that dysregulation to bring the body back towards center. So if you are feeling scattered, then the first thing we can do is just shake out the arms. Maybe flap the arms across the body, give them a nice little shake, doing what feels good in your body. Perhaps there's a gentle turn of the head, not big movements, just something that feels good. Perhaps there's a sway of the torso from side to side or around the body, and maybe a flicking of the fingers out from the center of the palms of the hands. And then when we've done the upper body, we can perhaps slide back in our chairs a little bit and do the lower body. So a little shake of the feet, a little sway of the legs, a stir, a swing, whatever feels good. Allow all the jiggly bits of your body to be jiggly. And if you want to do both at the same time, then you can. Arms and legs and head and chest, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And then we plant ourselves back to center. Take a deep breath in and a soft sigh out. You're going to take the arms down by the sides and just swing the arms gently backwards and forwards. Make sure you're not going to hurt your hands touching anything by mistake or knocking anything by mistake. And as we make this movement, what the body loves, after being able to shake off some of the tension, this dysregulation, is rhythmic movements. They don't have to be big movements. They can be slow, steady, small, if you like. Sometimes an expansive movement moves more of our body and it can feel like it's achieving more. But we all must practice with the body that we've got, doing the thing that feels best for us. So if swinging the arms, you feel like you want to look from side to side as well, just create this openness across the chest, a little bit of gentle twist. That's great. And if it's more centered, that's fine too. I'm going to do 2 more to each side. And then just let the arms work their way back to center. And as you do, perhaps a gentle roll of the shoulders. And making this a lot slower than we normally do, just rounding through the spine and then opening through the chest, letting the shoulders make their movements at the same time as we press into the feet. Feeling that stability from our buttocks, our bottoms on the seat, and the feet onto the floor. A roll of the shoulders. If you wish to, you can go the opposite way as well. Just letting the shoulders glide around so that we get lots of movement across the chest and the upper back. But it feels slow and steady. Allowing your neck to move naturally as part of the spine, if that feels good to you. You can stay more centered with the head if you prefer. Doesn't matter which you choose, both are good. Resting the arms down by the sides, just taking a moment here. Again, a nice deep breath in and a soft sigh out. We're going to use both arms now, and we're going to reach them up as we breathe in and reach them down as we lean slightly forward and just swing the arms behind us. And then breathing in and up. As we reach back and down, we're firming the belly, just allowing the arms to swing slightly forward. Breathing in and up. Breathing out. Just swinging the arms. Breathing in and up, firm in the feet and the belly. Breathing out. Breathing in and up. Breathing out. Your breath out can be through your mouth if you like. Breathing in and up. Breathing out. Let's do two more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out. Breathing in and up. Breathing out. Let's breathe in and up to finish. And then just take the palms of the hands and let them float down around the body to the sides. Very nice. Little wriggle of the shoulders. I have warmed up a little bit, so I'm going to take my big jumper off. Oh, very good. And then we're going to come to do some movements with the feet nice and wide. So turning the feet out to the side if that feels comfortable. They can be facing more forward if that is how you prefer. And we're going to let our seats be nice and firm on the chair behind us. Press into the feet to sit nice and tall. Perhaps a little gentle lift of the belly muscles. We're going to bring the backs of the hands towards each other to tap over the head. It can be in front of the head if that feels better for the shoulders. And then at the bottom of the movement, we're going to clap the hands together. So backs of the hands tap, palms of the hands clap. Backs of the hands tap, palms of the hands clap. Very nice. Just gentle lift through the body. We can breathe in and out and in and out. Nice little tap at the top, clap at the bottom. Tap and clap. Tap and clap. Let's do two more. Tap and clap. Tap and clap. Lovely job. Spread the arms nice and wide. And we're gently going to take the left arm down as we reach the right arm over, just finding a side bend. Coming back through center, taking the right forearm down, reaching the left arm over, finding a bend to the opposite side. So this bend is ever so slightly forward as well, because most of us don't have our knees right out to either side of us. If you've got perfect turnout, then that's great. You're doing it just to the side. But most of us are leaning slightly forward as well. Just reaching up and over. I'm going to do one more to the left, and then we will do the same movement, but holding. So we're going to reach over to the right side and hold briefly. Here, perhaps just a gentle turn of the upper body to look towards the left, maybe a turn of the upper body to look down. It's maybe a really small movement, but it should feel good. It should feel like you're creating space and releasing stiffness across the rib cage. As you come back to neutral, reaching that left arm up and over, same thing on the other side, reaching over, just finding that side bend, and then perhaps pressing into the left arm to turn a little to the right, looking up, and turning a little to the left, looking down. Still firm with the feet and the belly muscles. A nice rhythmic movement, releasing tension as we go. And then we're coming back to center, reaching the right arm up and reaching both arms down to the side. We're going to walk the feet back in towards each other. They don't need to touch, the thighs don't need to touch. We're just closing back towards center a little bit. And then we're going to finish this part of the practice by crossing the arms over the body and then tapping the upper arm with the opposite hand. We're doing one at a time. If you want to, you can do both at the same time. That's okay. But alternate tapping. And we're going to be here for a little while. So settling your shoulders down, maybe closing the eyes or gently gazing downward. And we're feeling that rhythmic tapping on the body, that contact between the hands and the arms. This cross of the arms over the chest. All of these things honor dysregulation in the system and help to bring us back to a place of balance, of feeling nurtured and safe, taken care of. If you can notice your breath as you do this movement, what's the rhythm of your breath? Are you able to find a long, slow breath? Taking one more breath. And at the end of your exhalation, just bringing your hands to stillness, perhaps giving your arms a little stroke, a little gentle massage. And then allowing the arms to rest down by the sides, a little roll of the shoulders. Turn the palms forward, lengthen through to the crown of the head, reach the fingertips down. Take a moment in the seated version of Tadasana. Take a deep breath in and sigh gently out through your mouth. Awesome. And hopefully that has left you feeling really calm, really centered, really grounded. And we can move from this place of calm, balance, and strength into the more challenging parts of our class. So we'll do a little sit to stand. So I'm just turning my seat so it's easier to see. Feet underneath the knees. We're firming the belly muscles. We're just gently going to float the hips up off the chair and then float back down again, making sure we've got enough of our buttocks on the seat so it feels really secure. So a little float up and down. Float up and down. Now, if you're able to do this with real grace and strength, then you can hold the next one just for a moment longer and release. And if you're still working towards that grace and strength, we can keep going with this more rhythmic pattern. So if you're able to hold this and then release, and we'll do one more. Hold this lift and release. This time we're coming all the way up to standing. So we're going to hold, press into the feet to lift the body tall, maybe let the hips come slightly forward, open the arms, and then reach the opposite way, bending at the hips, sliding the tailbone back as we reach the hands forward to counter pose, and sit lightly down. Come into that hovered position, hold, and then press the hips forward, lengthen the whole body, opening the front of the body, and then coming the opposite way, reaching the fingertips forward and the tailbone backwards to lightly sit down. Last time, we're hovering and then pressing all the way up. And this time we can reach the arms down to our sides, just give our shoulders and our hips a little wiggle, easing any tension out of particularly the hip flexors. And perhaps with hands on the hips, we can even stir the hips in circles, if that feels good. If you've got another movement that you prefer, stick with that. We can go the opposite way as well. Very nice. And coming back to center, just giving the legs a little shake out as well. So shaking out is something that we do quite often in our practice, and it's a really nice way to let go of that tension that we might have acquired through our practice. So before we move into the things that I have planned that are a little bit of a challenge, we're going to take the feet nice and wide apart, a little softness across the knees, and gently twist from side to side. It doesn't matter what this looks like, it's about how it feels. So what we want to do is feel like we're able to release some of those holding patterns, particularly in the back of the body, across the back, across those muscles that go up and down either side of the spine, perhaps across the center of the upper back as well, across the tops of the shoulders, sides of the neck, just letting the arms drift through the air so you feel the air moving between the fingers as you twist from side to side. But keeping the belly muscles quite active here, but letting the body move in a way that feels natural. Maybe your head is more centered, maybe your head moves with the movement. Either is good, anywhere in between also works. For those who would like to, you can free your feet so you gently pivot as you twist. And some people like to pivot away from their lifted heel, and some people pivot towards the bent knee. It doesn't matter which of these you choose, both are good. I just prefer this one, but I always enjoy doing the other one as well. So the true yoga is being able to do both and being as at ease in both. If you'd like to, you can take a soft bounce in the knees, bounce and twist, perhaps touching the opposite side of the chest in front of you and the opposite side of the rib cage behind you or the hip behind you. And again, we're going to do this for perhaps another minute. So settling into your rhythm, keeping that gentle lift in the belly, letting your movement feel at ease without strain. And then we'll begin to wind our way back towards center. We're going to lose the bounce and then bring the feet to steadiness and sway slowly back to stillness. When we come to a bit of stillness, standing all the way tall, taking one of those deep breaths in and sighing out. Very nice. Little roll of the shoulders. Perfect. So we're going to use our chairs today for a little bit of cat-cow type of practice. So if we were practicing mat yoga, we'd be on our hands and knees. And instead, we can use our hands on our chair seat to provide the same basic shape for the torso. The trick is to get your feet underneath your hips far enough back that you can feel almost parallel to the floor with your torso. And you can soften your elbows as much as you need to feel that. And if you can see yourself on the screen, perhaps you can see how lengthened you are. But even just the sense of space is enough here. We're resting gently onto our hands. The elbows aren't locked straight, so it doesn't matter how bent they are as long as it feels good. And we're just going to begin with a little roll of the shoulders. So we're trying not to move the rest of the body, but to wriggle the shoulder blades against the back. So feeling that lovely movement. And for some people, it'll just feel like a bit of up and down, or up and down the opposite way. But if you're able to roll, then you can. We're going to roll in one direction and then change to roll in the other direction. And at the same time, we keep the knees a little soft, the belly muscles lifted, and have that sense of lengthening our tailbones back behind us, creating length in the back of the body. We're going to take a pause for a moment here, bend the knees, walk your hands up your chair to stand upright, and just give your wrists a little shake out. If it becomes really hard work for the wrists, you can actually put blocks on the chair. I will show you how, although I'm not going to use it myself. Blocks on the chair and lean on your forearms instead. And it allows you to make all the same movements, but you've just got less effort through the wrists. Maybe interlace the fingers and roll through your wrists. Sometimes if I'm feeling my wrists are a little bit tired, I practice on my knuckles on a fist instead, which I'm going to do this time just to demonstrate. So here we can soften the knees, soften the elbows, glide the tailbone back to find that length lifting in the belly muscles. And then we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. So imagine you're tipping your tailbone upwards so you can lengthen the abdomen, lengthen the space between the rib cage, and then lengthen the chin forwards as you glide the shoulder blades down, and then rounding, tucking under. Let that movement come up the body like a wave, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling and the chin towards the chest. From the base of your spine, rounding the opposite way, lengthening the front of the body, activating the back of the body, lifting the chin forwards. If you would like to, glide the shoulder blades down, rounding under from the base of the spine, tucking under, scooping the belly in, rounding through the back, and drawing your shoulder blades up, chin to chest. A few more times. Rolling forward to open, rounding under to lengthen the back of the body. And just moving nice and rhythmically. You can coordinate your breath with your movement if you would like to, as long as you're not holding your breath. That is all good. Let's just do one more. And then from neutral, just wiggle the hips from side to side a little bit. A much more quick movement. And then we're going to soften the knees, walk our hands up till we're up into an upright position, and give those wrists a little roll. Maybe wriggle in the hips or the shoulders if that feels good. Now, cat-cow is one of the best things that we can do for our spinal health. And as one of the swamis I studied with for a few years was always saying, you're as young as your spine. So if your spine is feeling lubricated and it's moving well, then you will also feel that way. You'll feel that your movements are more oiled, that they are smoother, and that you have that ability to move from center a little bit better. So cat-cow is great. It moves the body backwards and forwards. And we can also do a little bit of swinging of the hips from side to side to find that sideways movement. We're going to do that with a different movement later. But we're going to find a way to use a twist in this position. So we're going to come back down to our hands and feet position using the chair, sliding the hips backwards, soften the knees. We're going to leave the right hand on the chair and lift the left arm to the left. So we're still in that forward fold, torso parallel to the floor, lifting the left arm up to the left. And it's really important here to feel the shoulder blades drawing towards each other. They are making that power to open the chest. And then we're going to reach the left hand underneath the body to the right and let the left shoulder come down and maybe a little bit under the body as well. So let us breathe in as we reach the left arm to the left, untwisting and reaching open towards the sky or to the left. And then breathing out as we reach underneath the body, scooping the belly in, letting the body move as much as feels comfortable. Or let's do two more. Breathing in to open and breathing out to spiral under, threading the needle. One last time, breathing in to open and breathing out to spiral under. We're going to finish by breathing in to open one last time. I know I said it was the last time before. And breathing out to come back to neutral. In the neutral position, we're just going to gently sway the hips from side to side, finding a little bit of that sideways movement, which we will look for a little bit more as well in our next practice. Then softening the knees, walking the hands up so that you come into an upright position, just to give the body a little bit of a break as we roll through the shoulders and roll through the wrists as needed. Notice how it feels in the body. Is there perhaps one side of the body that feels that sense of lubrication, that sense of a little bit more movement? Who knows? Maybe it hasn't come from just this one small practice. Maybe it will come if you include this kind of movement in your daily practice. Let's prepare for the opposite side. So we're coming back into our hands and feet position. And remember here in standing, the legs take much more of the strain than they would do on the floor. So there's much less weight on our wrists anyway. We're going to leave the left hand down now and then lengthening through to the tailbone, firming in the belly, reaching the right arm to the right. And as we reach here, we pause for a moment, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, thinking about really anchoring that movement in the effort between the shoulder blades. And then we're going to reach the right arm underneath the body to the left. And as we do, perhaps there's a little drop and rotate of the right shoulder underneath the body as well. Let's do 3 with our breath. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to reach under. Nice and firm in the belly. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to reach under. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to reach under, and we'll finish with just one opening. Breathing in to open. And breathing out to bring that right hand down to the chair. Maybe a little wriggle of the hips from side to side. Now we're a bit more centered and neutral in the spine. And when you're ready, softening your knees, walking your hands up to standing, just rolling through the shoulders a little bit, finding a little sense of movement, releasing some of the effort from our practice. Awesome sauce, guys. So now we're going to move into a little lunge. So we're going to, I've got the chair set up so that the back of the chair is where my right leg would step up to, so I can hold on to the chair with the right hand. And that's probably the best way around to be. But if you're close to a wall, you perhaps can have, or a second chair or a sofa or something, you can have support on both sides. I'm going to bring my feet closer together, not super close, but not all the way touching, but a little closer together. And then step my right foot up onto my chair. And these blocks I'm not using, I'm just going to pop out of the way. So we begin with this motion. And if your chair is too high, just step onto a lower stool or a sofa, something, but make sure you've got something on your right-hand side, stepping the right leg up to hold on to. And we can begin to gently ease the hips forward to wherever feels comfortable and ease the hips backwards, maybe even lengthening the right leg and just coming onto the heel of that foot. Easing the hips forwards and backwards. And it might be that you only come to a neutral hip and you don't do the backwards movement. That's okay. It's not a problem at all. Easing forwards and backwards. Softening the standing leg if you want to give a little bit more. But if backwards is enough, neutral, or just sticking your bottom out, it's fine. Keeping this front knee soft if you'd like to, we'll just do one more of these. And then we're going to come into that lunge again. So more of this action, but we're holding. So don't come as far as you're able to go and then expect to be able to hold here and move from here. We want to come into this shape, but feel really strong and secure. So the left heel is really planted into the floor. We can soften that knee if it helps the leg to be strong, or we can keep the leg lengthened if that feels better. We're pressing into the right foot as well. Here, if your chair would slide, prop yourself up against a wall so that the chair can go nowhere. We're leaving the right hand down on the chair back or on something for support to the side. And then we're going to reach the left arm around the body in a nice big circle. My hand is going to go off the screen, but don't worry, it's still at the end of my arm, even though you can't see it. Let us do one more like this, maybe a slightly more lunge if it feels comfortable. Very good. Then we're going to come back to a bit more of a neutral position. And then we're going to reach that left arm up and reach it over to the right side. And then we're going to come back through the center, reach the arm down to your side. Let's do this with our breath. Let's breathe in and reach up and breathe out as we lean over to the right. Breathe in back to the center, breathing out and down. Breathing in and up, breathing out over to the right. Breathing in back to the center, breathing out and down. I think we've done enough. That's it. 3 in total is good. And then we can come back to more neutral if that feels good to you. At any time, you can give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. Our final practice is to twist towards the right. So we are going to come into the lunge as much as feels comfortable for your body, taking the left arm out to the left to breathe in, and then we're going to take that left hand to the chair back across the body and then reach the right arm back behind us. We're going to swap the hands, bring the right hand forward, hold onto the chair and reach the left arm to the left. So full rotation happening. So we're reaching the left arm to the chair back, we're reaching the right arm behind us. Feet are strong and firm. Reaching the right hand back to the chair, holding on before we take the left hand off and reaching to the left. Last one. Reaching across the body, reaching the right arm back behind us and maybe holding here if it feels comfortable, or if you prefer, just unwinding back to neutral. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and then we're going to unwind back to neutral. And in our neutral position, just softening the left leg, easing the hips backwards somewhat so we can lightly step the right foot to the floor. And as we do, take a moment just to transfer the weight onto 2 feet. Notice how grounded that left leg feels, how strong and stable. And then we can free our feet from the floor, maybe do a little march in place if it feels good to you. And the other thing that we can do, which is very nice, is a chair-based downward dog. So at the back of your chair, just allowing the body to sway a little from side to side, perhaps. Make any undulations that feel good. Maybe it's simply lengthening forward. Whenever you feel ready, coming up into an upright position, and we are going to do the same thing in the other direction. Now I'm moving my chair because it is the easiest thing for me to do so that we can practice together. But if you prefer, you can simply turn around in your space or go to the other side of your chair. So this time we are standing on our right leg and taking the left foot up to the chair. And we want to find that the chair back is where our left hand can rest, and we can gently ease in and out of this lunge. And perhaps as we ease backwards, we come to neutral and just ease forwards again. And perhaps as we ease backwards, we let the hips take us into this gentle forward bend over our straightening front leg. And either one of these is fine. We want to keep the right heel on the floor to feel that we've got some real anchored stability there. And of course, if you want to add, you can add in this forward folding position a little wriggle. Oh, excuse me, of the hips from side to side. Apologies for that. That's been brewing for a little while. I've done a few wriggly nose bits. When you're ready, you can come into this upright lunge, and then you can be as far forward as feels comfortable for you. We're going to take the left arm around the body, no, the right arm around the body to the right. So we're just reaching around the body. Nice big circles. Don't worry that my arm is going off the screen a little. Super. And then again in the center, I'm going to take those side bends. If you need to release out a little bit to wiggle, feel free to do so. So we're reaching the right arm up, and then we're reaching over to the left, and then reaching back through the center, and reaching the right arm down to the side. And we can do this with our breath as well, breathing in as we come up, breathing out as we reach over, breathing in as we come up, and breathing out and down. Let's do one more of these. Breathing in and up, breathing out and over, breathing in and up, breathing out and down. And now we have done those movements, we're ready for a little twist here. So taking the right arm out to the right, I'm going to turn draw the right arm across the body to hold onto the chair, and then reach the left arm behind us as we twist to the left. And unwind by bringing the left hand back to the chair back and reaching the right arm out to the right. We're keeping the shape of the legs. So we're twisting towards the chair back, swapping the hands, reaching behind us with the left hand, taking the hands towards the chair back, swapping the hands, reaching the right arm out to the right. Let's do one more. A little lift in the belly, strong in the legs. And then we're unwinding back to center. And here, maybe just easing the hips back a little bit for a little wriggle through the hips, if that feels good. You don't have to do that. And then when you're ready, you can step onto both feet and just notice as you put your left foot down, how strong and connected that right leg feels. It's totally grounded, so good for our balance to develop that strength in our legs. And then if you would like to release the forward bend, you can do that. And we can do a downward facing dog. Or if you would like to, you can come a little bit lower. So whatever feels good, you can even reach towards the floor if you would like to. You can reach the hands onto the knees or the shins. Relaxing the back of the neck, holding wherever is comfortable. Little sway or a little undulation through the pelvis is always nice to release the hips. And then we can walk our hands up the chair to our standing position, walking in, just allowing everything to soften and settle down. Very good. Shake out the legs if you need to, give them a little march in place if they would like it. Fantastic stuff. So we're going to finish our standing up practice with a little crossed-legged side bend. So we've done lots of side bending as it happens. But for this one, we're going to stand, I've got the chair on my left side. If you're the other way around, that's okay. I'm going to stand onto the left leg and cross the right leg over it. So if that doesn't work for you, for your body, then you can simply step both feet very close together and keep the knees and thighs pressing towards each other. If you're able to cross the legs, that's great. And I realise I've crossed my legs the wrong way around. So we're going to do that again. So we're going to step onto the right foot and cross the left leg over. Well, it doesn't matter if your legs are working together instead of being crossed over, but left over right to begin with. So the chair is on the left-hand side. We're going to breathe in and take the right arm out to the right and just let our hips go a little bit towards the right and then reach the right arm over to the left. So we end up holding the side bend wherever is comfortable. It could be up here, it could be up here, simple lift. Wherever feels good for you, taking a couple of deep breaths. Try not to drop your right shoulder forwards. Try to keep it to the side of the body. To come out, we're simply going to turn that right hand face upwards, reaching up and out and reaching down to the side. And soften our knees and step the feet a little bit further apart. I'm going to swing my chair around to the opposite side. And then we are going to step onto the left foot and cross the right foot over. So we're going the opposite way. Need a bit more space. And then here, really focusing on drawing the thighs towards each other. Feet could be side by side. We're reaching the left arm out to the left, letting the hips sink towards the left and reaching the left arm over the head towards the right. Just easing into this. Remember, you could be a little bit further up or just lift it here. You don't need to be all the way bending to the side. Just try not to drop that left shoulder forward, reaching it back to the side and keeping the belly muscles working. A deep breath in, deep breath out. And then we're turning the palm of the left hand to stand all the way up and reach the arm down to your side, a little soft in the knees to unwind the legs. We are going to just give our hips a little wiggle, shake out anything that needs shaking out, wriggle anything that needs wriggling out. Maybe one more chair down dog, just because it's so lovely to release. So hands onto the back of the chair, taking the feet away and softening the knees. Just a gentle movement here if it feels good, or simply holding in stillness if you prefer. See if you can have that sense of drawing your shoulder blades towards each other to ease your chest down towards the floor. Try not to let your head dip between the arms, but instead be lifted to be in line with the rest of the spine. Little scoop in of the belly muscles, perhaps bending one knee and then the other to find that gentle sway of the tail from side to side, or you might prefer moving in a different way. When you're ready, pressing into the hands to walk your feet in to stand all the way upright. Hold on to your chair for as long as you need to. But when you're ready to let go, you can stand into your space. Organize yourself tall. Take a moment with the palms turned forwards. Feel how strong and tall and spacious you feel in this space around you. And then we're ready for relaxation. You've worked really hard today, so this relaxation is always deserved, but extra deserved. We're going to put on our warm layers, gather our blankets. There we are. I know this jumper is not the best looking jumper, but it is so cozy and comfortable. I just love being in it. Normally, it doesn't see outside of this house, though, I have to say. It is not a jumper for the wider public. So when you're ready, just wrapping yourself up. I'm taking a wee block for underneath the feet today. Then you can settle yourself back into your chair. Remember that this is the perfect time to recline on your sofa or your bed, or perhaps just getting a bit closer to the wall so that you can rest your head on the wall behind you. Take a moment to settle yourself. And then, if it feels comfortable, you can close the eyes, or perhaps you need a few more minutes. Just thinking about bringing your body to stillness and accepting the support of the chair back, the chair seat, the floor. If you're resting your hands on your lap, accepting the support of your body against your hands. Take a deep breath in and then gently sigh out. We'll repeat that 3 more times. A deep breath in. Let all the effort of your practice go. A deep breath in. Let your muscles begin to relax. A deep breath in. And surrender back down into your chair and the floor. Let your breath find its natural rhythm, falling away into quietness. Take your awareness into your forehead. Feel it soften. Feel the space in the center of the forehead expanding. Feel the area around your eyes releasing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw, relaxing. Take your awareness into the back of your body and feel the awareness of those parts of the back of the body that have moved today. And as you feel them and feel that effort, allow it to soften. Your awareness on its own enough to begin the process of relaxation. Softening, releasing the whole of the back of the body, heavy, warm, and supported. Move your awareness to the front of your body. Feel the space over you and around you. Feel the touch of air on your face. Feel the movement of your clothes on your skin as you breathe. Feel the warmth of your extra layers, the blanket wrapped over you. And gently allow your awareness to move towards your breath. The only perceptible movement in the body now is the movement of your breath. Feel that movement in the parts of the body that press behind you, the sides of the body moving under the arms, the front of the body freer to move into the space over you and around you. Tune into the rhythm of your breath. Imagine the movement of your body and breath like the gentle swelling of a calm ocean. The movement is slow, rhythmic. The ocean is so big, the movement is almost nothing. Everything is peaceful. Everything is relaxing. Continuing to allow your body and breath and mind to relax a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back to your hands and your feet by moving gently your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling the wrists and the ankles. we can begin to take a deeper breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe stretching the face to the arm. Oh. Once you've stretched out from center, you might also like to bend one knee into the chest and hug it towards you, rounding forward, and then perhaps the other. When you feel ready, you can bring your palms to rest together at the center of the chest or over the chest, lifting the back and taking the chin towards the chest. Today, we have focused on creating a deeper sense of calm by removing tension from our nervous system, from our bodies, from the breath, and from the mind. So hopefully at the end of this relaxation, you can feel that deeper sense of peace and stillness and quiet. I hope you carry it with you and continue to feel the benefits throughout this week. Give yourself a gentle smile, and when you're ready, raising your head and opening your eyes. Thank you so much for joining in this practice today. I hope that you feel great this week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.